It is time, people. It's time for Game 5, the show match of the week, the match of the week everyone has been waiting for. It is Rogue versus Mad Lions. It will be the revenge of the Spring Split finalists. Will Rogue show Mad Lions their place and take what is theirs? Even though it doesn't matter that much because we're not too far off into the playoffs yet. But a win is a win, right? Will it be the payback for what happened in the Spring Split, or will it be the same result where Mad Lions show dominance on the Rogues? We will see. Heading off into the pick and ban phase, as we see, obviously, first a Thresh ban. We'll most likely see a Lucian ban also towards getting either towards the humanoid or Lucian direction. We see a Jin Zhao ban. There might also be like a Respect Fiddlesticks ban if they really want to, but here is the obvious Lucian ban, followed up by maybe a meta champion, say a Viego or a Gwen. Most of the custom bans as to pretty much everyone at this point. Either they are picked or they are banned. Whatever choice you do, pick your poison, kind of. We see the LeBlanc ban, or LeBlanc, whatever. Rogue definitely not giving that one over to the humanoid. We'll see what comes up next. Maybe like a Draven ban, maybe a Callista ban, maybe a Varus ban, whatever it may be. It is the Gwen ban. Never mind. Well, next up is question what they really want to target here. We have seen from Ahmed play different styles of champions. We have also seen Volibear's Wukongs. We have seen Rise a couple of times, or like one time by Humanoid. We have seen I think Kai'Sa was pretty much into Karthus' repertoire at this point in time. But we see the Varus ban, which is understandable. Varus is a pretty strong champion at this point in time. Kazi also has shown strong performance against Vitality with this sort of champion. But the Akali is unbanned, so that's why you pick the Akali, right? You pick it first, so your mid laner is happy, nice and dandy. Obviously, Lucian is banned, so Akali has a little bit of an easier laning phase, unless you want to go with another ranged AD carry. But the Nocturne is open and the Callista is picked. Will this be the Fiddlesticks game we were waiting for? I'm pretty thrilled on that one. This is the... Okay, am I missing something, or has Mad Lions turned into the Tame Lions? Because if they're hovering a Seraphine, this is quite unusual for the Lions, to say the least. It's not the Seraphine, obviously. It's a Lee Sin. It's a Lee Sin pick, obviously. Okay, so either a top lane or a jungle Lee Sin. The mid lane obviously is covered by the Akali, and we see the Ezreal pick into the Callista, which is kind of I'd say the safer option, because Ezreal obviously was ranged in the Callista, so whatever comes up for Rogue, kind of a decent pick for Larson going into the Orianna. Control mages, as mentioned, had their items reduced a little bit on this patch, so the Orianna will reach her spike a little bit quicker. And we see what is in stock for the second ban phase. There might be some targeting towards supports, maybe with the Braum ban. That has been also custom for either the first or second ban. We see a Karma ban though. Karma has been picked by Ahmed for some occasions. I don't know if Kai'Sa played Karma that frequently, I can't really tell, but he has shown some stronger Leona performances. Mad Lions always opting into some aggressive supports like the Nautilus, like the Alistair, like the Leona, not too much into the kind of control department. There might be place for a Lulu ban if they really want to, but here's the Braum ban. Might be the Lulu follow-up for the side of Rogue, because Lulu has always shown up kind of decently often over the last period of the bans. But the composition of the Mad Lions, not sure where they're heading as of now. Here's the Leona ban. And as of Rogue, there's still a Fiddlesticks left open. So if the Fiddlesticks is getting banned or not getting banned, I think there is definitely room to play with the Fiddlesticks here, if they really want to. Because we have Nocturne with the AD, the Mundo is banned. Okay. We have the Nocturne pick here, we have the Callista here, we have one AP champion so far. So if they wanted to go for like one tanky-ish support or one engagey support and pick the Fiddlesticks, that would be an option obviously to go for. But the Warwick is being hovered, but it is not getting picked. So we will see the Draven Hover, which is obviously not going to get picked because we have the AD carry already. It will be a Volibear pick. So this is going to be the Volibear jungle. The support is left open as of now. It also could be a Nocturne jungle to kind of throw Mad Lions off guard, if you will. But they still have their support left to pick and their top lane or jungler. Wherever Lee Sin's going is not really known as of now, I think. But we see a Camille hover and a Camille pick. So there's still room to kind of do something about the support last pick, because they can then play around the Ezreal and whatever support he picks. I guess we're going to see an Alistar here or something along those lines, maybe a Nautilus if it really feels like it. Yep, and as I'm saying it, here comes the Alistar, and it is getting picked by the man, the myth, the Kaiser himself. So the last pick is obviously open for supports, and what will be the answer for this pick here, or for the overall composition, because Rogue has some decent frontline potential with the Orianna in the backline and the Callista, kind of the mid-rangey-ish champions to kind of support their frontline, and the supports will most likely be something mid-rangey as well. It will be the Galio, so we have some decent coverage for movement. With the Galio ult, obviously can roam to whatever lane he really wants to. The Callista or Hansi will most likely going to be left on his island, on his lonesome, and be farm funneled into him, whereas they most likely will tend to play around this top side / mid lane, so either Larsen doesn't die or Larsen gets ahead / Odoamne is actually not too much involved into place unless he uses teleport. But it is at the ready. The game is finally, well, the picks and bans are done. The game is not finally done. But we see the Mad Lions face off against the Rogues. And composition-wise, it is obviously one very aggressive composition for the side of Mad Lions, obviously. We see those very hard engaged champions with the Alistar, with the Lee Sin, with the Camille. And this is gonna look like a very aggressive game from the side of Mad Lions, as we're used to. Now we're heading off. The spring finalists are facing against each other. We see the Mad Lions versus Rogue. As we're loading into the Rift. And waiting to see if the jungle phase is getting saved or played safe, or if we see some early aggression. And we are live, and nothing's gonna happen. Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. You know, it's just what it is, right? Each team paying their respect, kind of. Not going too over aggressive into any plays so far, or into enemy territory so far. So what to expect? In the early stages of the game, I think that the Akali will obviously be a little bit on the receiving end of treatment by Larsen. He will have the range matchup, will be able to bully this humanoid a little bit, force him away from minions, get a little bit of a CS lead. As we can see right here, the orb has already been placed, and we see a topside start from Inspired as to Elyoya, who starts in the bottom side. So if we can get this Camille ahead, it will already be pretty good, because Camille is a strong champion in regards to dueling and in regards to 1v1ing. But I think if you're Rogue, you really favor Odoamne, by the way, with no flash, no ghost or something. He has teleport Ignite, as Ahmed is not playing teleport Ignite as some people play. Well, he is using teleport and flash, so he has even more mobile than his champion already is. And Elyoya is coming in for the greedy play here. Here comes the level 2 gank, completely ignoring everything just from wrap-off, pathing into the top side. Odoamne on the pressure, But here comes Elyoya, and this is what your typical solo queue gank looks like. Odo Omni is running for the hills. He has no flash, but he lives. He's totally fine. Just okay. And now this is where Inspired really can start to snowball his lead, because he can take his camps a little bit earlier. He can try to even counter jungle this Lee Sin by the looks of it, because Larsen has pressure here. So Humanoid cannot just leave, and Humanoid is very low. So Inspired is taking this opportunity to just come in and steal the lunch money off Elyoya, and he has Smite ready. Elyoya does as well. So this is going to be just a Smite fight here. And Inspired just takes it and waddles off like the big bear he is in the yellow pelt. Still circles around the back to take this Krug here, or this Gromp from him. And Ahmed can't leave, and Humanoid can't leave, and here comes Odo Omni. And now they're trying to bully Elyoya. But Elyoya takes the Gromp. By the looks of it, if I've seen correctly, yes, it got... right? Yeah, right. Yeah, because Elyoya has ATS now. Okay, it's fine. Whatever. Larsen using his priority, obviously. The crab is now ready to be snacked for the big angry bear. Also, the bot lane pressure will result in the second crab, also for the big angry bear. So Inspired on a quite comfortable lead above Elyoya. The early game aggression not paying off for the Mad Lions. And in the end, it will just be advantage for Inspired so far. And they're engaging onto Kaiser here. Kaiser knock up and running for the hills, quite low. The Aftershock, okay, never mind. He barely lives, with about 160 HP or something, using his potions. And this wave, this blue wave, is going to inevitably push into Rogue. So if they just leave it untouched, it will come into them. They can use this as kind of a rebound to kind of stack waves if they really wanted to, and then go for a reset if they wanted to, as we see right here, right? This blue wave is going to come into Odo Omni inevitably. He will just farm off these minions as best as he can. Take all the farm. There's a cannon minion alive, so he's most likely going to take all of this, yes, while Ahmed is going for the recall, getting his first couple of items. We see the Sheen. Okay, so no call for Ahmed here. He takes the cloth armor, takes the Sheen. Will have a little bit of more skirmish power than Odo Omni in the beginning of the stages of the game, but Odo Omni will recall after this push out anyway. Yoya spotted out by this ward, trying to look for a lane gank maybe here, but they know Rogue, Hansi, and Trimby know their business. They are a well-developed team. They play off of each other, and they use most likely their voices to talk to each other. So this gank, or this attempt on a gank, will not come to fruition. Larsen with a huge chunk of damage onto Humanoid. Humanoid has to recall, most likely going to TP back to lane because the minion wave is already coming in, so he most likely has to TP, but so is Larsen because Humanoid will try to shove this wave, I believe. Larsen is staying though, so Larsen isn't recalling yet. So he's really forcing the TP off of Humanoid, unless Humanoid just runs. I don't know if he has... Yeah, well, he has time, because Larsen had no mana, I believe. So the Crash is coming into his tower. He will catch all of the CS. In the meantime, top lane, well, it's just a casual front and back pushing. Whereas this wave comes under the tower. The next objective, I'm saying, we have an objective on the map, and it's called Dragon, which will be the Mountain Dragon. And we now know that there will either be a Infernal, a Ocean, or a Cloud Soul. So Kaiser trying to fake the recall. I don't know if they caught a glimpse of him on the ward, but now he shows up anyway, so they really want to get this wave to crash. Hansama's going to catch all those minions in any case. He could also try and set up for a freeze here, so either he just stays in front of the minions, just pulls them away. By the looks of it, he does. And Yoya and Inspired on a little skirmish. Humanoid coming in for the fight. But Inspired is level 5. Humanoid is level 6 though. But Larsen and Trimby are around to cover their backs. Whereas Ahmed is also moving down. So huge map movement going on in and around Summoner's Rift at the moment. Larsen in the mid lane alone so far. Trimby and Inspired on the roam for the rat buff. Whereas... Hansama just in his lane, farming, getting fatter and fatter until he is absolutely obese and one-shots pretty much everything once he rends. which this allows the dragon to be taken, whereas Elyoya is counter jungling towards the red buff. I don't know if he saw Odo. No, he couldn't have seen Odo Omni here, but Odo Omni is here to cover. Seeing the red buff taken, or at least attempt to be taken for Elyoya. So now Odo Omni also knows that said Elyoya is here, and the mountain dragon goes over to the side of Rogue. Even more counter jungling happening for the Lions. And overall, it's a pretty stale game at the moment. There have been some dip and diving and some checking out of each other's plays to kind of get some advantages here and there, but most of the gold difference is towards the jungle department. Every other lane kind of even, except that Hans Sama is some CS, like about 10 or more CS up on Kazi so far. It's really going to be interesting in how the team composition of Rogue is going to be played out, because Mad Lions obviously has some big dispositioning stuff with Kaiser and the Lee Sin. Now Kaiser going for the face check, not really taking in consideration what's going to happen. Hansama with the ultimate, so huge all in, but Hansama has no ultimate. There's a TP coming in and a TP in the back, so this is Trimby sold to his demise, and Hans will most likely. Oh god, Hans is. Oh no, Larson. The pain. This is painful, guys. This is a huge blunder. This is a huge blunder for Rogue. It's absolutely painful. Now they're also onto Odo Omni, so Inspired has to cancel the Herald. Now Odo has no mana. This is bad. He just used his ultimate, right? Yeah, he just did. Odo Omni is dead too. Ooh, man, the game is falling apart at the seams, but Inspired is just here, not moving down, so at least he takes the Herald. Man, this is Kazi with 2 kills already. This was a huge blunder. Like, Humanoid deals tons of damage already, right? But Elyoya now caught out in the brink, out on the fringes of the river, and Rogue commit to the play, and now we see what's going to happen in this bot lane. So Hansama has almost no mana, right? Now Trimby goes in. Here comes a teleport match from Humanoid, and Trimby is just way too deep, and Hans has to back off. And now comes Humanoid onto Hansama, and just so much damage, and the Ezreal ult on top of it. Well, just if Hans doesn't take the Ezreal ultimate, I think he lives. But Larson not being able to trade back, and now comes Kaiser, the headbutt pulverize combo, and this is just one dead Larson. And it's just, man, tragic. Way too aggressive on their commit there. Hans no mana, as mentioned. The Akali and Ezreal all together is just too much for Hans to handle, and he just. He's just dead, boys. That's what he is. Can we make it through this game 5 without yawning anymore? I don't believe so. They're just playing his lane decently, just last hitting the minions. I'm sorry, I hope you didn't hear that in the microphone. And yeah. Larson takes the blue. Going back to his lane so he can farm a little more easy. The minions are coming into Odo Omni's Nocturne here, which will push on his tower inevitably. Fight for Division is on. This minion wave will push out inevitably into Amit anyway, because Nocturne's passive allows to kind of push out anyway, so he will push inevitably, as mentioned before. I'm pretty interested if we see some Anathemas built in this game. Because in the game before we did, new items already being utilized. And I think that Kaiser built Anathemas as one of the first players, I believe. Now Odo Omni onto Amit. Amit taking a huge beating, but Elyoya and Kaiser are here. And the dash of Trimby actually zoning off for Yoya pretty well here. The Nocturne ult used as a protection thing and as protective measures. And Amit just dies to the dash and attack. And Rogue played this fight really well. Amit bites the dust. And this will be a huge push into the top lane plates with the Herald as well. So they will most likely take this top tier 1 tower with the Herald push here. Yoya is around, Kai'Sa is here, Trimby is here, but Trimby might be dead here. Trimby flashes away to safety, flashes on the ease. Nice, okay. The topside turret has been taken, so first tower over to Rogue, and even more plate money to Larson, who is O Solo Mio in the mid lane. I'm not really sure how well Hans will fare into this Ezreal right now. But they're kind of, well, Ezreal's ahead, definitely. Akali is in the side lane, now off against Hans. Kazi in the mid lane, just farming to his heart's content. And I'm really interested into seeing where all of this will head. We have Rogue on a 6-2 record, we have Mad on a 5-3 record. So if the Mad Lions win, they're even with the Rogues. But by the looks of it, the Rogues are still ahead in gold, which is most likely, most of the gold is from the topside turret. Obviously, there's 2 plates in the mid side that have been taken, and the 1 plate on the bot lane is for the side of Mad Lions. Kai'Sa obviously roaming the map like a madman, trying to make some plays happen and also deny vision wherever possible to get some info on where Inspired is, where Rogue is about and crawling around and running around, because information in this game is obviously a huge deal. Ahmed now on the run, Oduamne initiating really hard, but Kai'Sa's here, and here comes Trimby with the ultimate. Here's entrance is used. Oduamne will maybe be able to take Ahmed down, and here comes stun by Inspired. Inspired takes down Ahmed, and now Kai'Sa, his poor lonely cow, insert Minecraft cow sound, is the end of Kai'Sa. Good coordination there. So Rogue playing this really well. Mad Lions a bit too aggressive there. Kai'Sa with the vision establishment there, a little bit too deep. And this is where the Galio play comes in, because Galio obviously very mobile with his ultimate, as we can see in this replay right here. So a quick little glance. Here comes a fear from the Nocturne, goes through onto Ahmed. Kai'Sa tries to play the defensive game here, but he cannot really commit onto Oduamne now, since he has this spell shield on. Here comes a Volibear, here comes a stun, and Trimby is just using all of his abilities to zone off Kai'Sa, stun him, or basically taunt him, and this is just the end of the big bull. Whereas Rogue now have the upper hand on the map in regards to pushing on the side lanes, which allows Rogue also to take the second dragon off the game, which is a Cloud Drake. And folks, we have it on our hands. It will be a Ocean Soul game. Ocean Soul gamers out here. Kazi has his Divine Sundra finished. We also have Divine Sundra on the Camille. We have a Gore Drinker on the Lee Sin. And Protobelt on Akali. So we have seen all sorts of things on Akali this week. We have seen the Protobelt. We have seen the Riftmaker. And... no, never mind. We have seen only Protobelt and Riftmaker. So... I wonder when the first anti-heal item will be built. So keep an eye out for that one. Divine Sundra and Thingamajig, Ludens done for Larson. Here we see a quick little glance at where the gold difference is as of now. Mostly in the top lane and in the jungle department. Obviously, I didn't catch the 80 carries just right there, but I think that they might be decently even. I think that Karzi is a little bit ahead in the gold. Cold my nose again. I'm getting the itches again. I'm sorry, guys. So nothing on the map yet to take. The next interesting thing will be the Herald, because Herald obviously is another point of interest. The next 3 minutes, sorry I yawned again, the game will kind of even out because there's nothing on the map to take. Mentioned, there is no jungle up for the side of Rogue. Some jungle for the side of Mad. So there will be some time where Rogue has the right or the allowance to move first with their jungler and establish even more vision or vision control, whereas Mad has to still take a little bit of their camps with Elyoya. Trimby and Kaiser obviously very well known for their roaming playstyle, and they execute it quite well, which is obviously seen in the first couple of games and ganks that we saw. So here shows up Kaiser. Kaiser is here, Inspired is here. Now they want to set up some vision in towards the bot side jungle of Mad, I believe, and Larson taking a huge chunk out of Humanoid's HP bar, which forces Humanoid to back off, get under the tower, and Recall might have to use some teleport to get back into somewhere. Kazi is now a little on his lonesome. He's just safe. He has still his E. He still has flash available, so it would not be the end of the world. Here comes a good flash behind someone. Here comes the teleport. Nocturne ult is out, but there will most likely be nothing to happen here. Just a protective ultimate. In the meantime, Lars Sama, okay, it's finally over, people. I'm finally done with the games my brain is giving out. Like Larson taking the bot side turret, or at least applying a chunk of damage. Herald, by the looks of it, has been taken by Elyoya, and they are looking to apply more pressure on this Nocturne. There's no vision for Rogue on his top side, and here comes Ahmed. He locks Oduamne in place. Oduamne can't do anything, and here is Elyoya and the big bad bull. Elyoya takes the kill onto Oduamne. So playing around the vision very well. Oduamne fought out of position and is getting killed, or has to pay for it. Now Larson against Humanoid running away, and there is Inspired. Inspired is on the flank, and here comes the bear. Humanoid using his ultimate to dash away. Ultimate now on cooldown, is running towards the tower to maybe get executed. He's running and running and running. But Larson and Inspired on the hunt. Humanoid cannot go anywhere. He has only one flash, but he won't use the flash. Now Hansama is coming in to close the gap as well. And Humanoid is just running. Everybody's just chasing after Humanoid. Will Humanoid get executed here? No, he's jumping in onto Hansama, but Hansama takes a kill. Gets the Noid killed. Has to jump in finally. Could have bought a little bit more time, I believe, but he maybe would have not been executed by the tower, but rather the kill would have gone over to someone on the side of Rogue anyway. So Humanoid tries his luck to execute Hansama, deal a ton of damage and chunk him out of existence. Sadly not enough damage though. Gold overall, kind of even. Rogue ahead with about 1k gold. Here we have a little glance at it where we are. So Hans is a little bit behind in the gold department. We have a big lead onto Larson to Humanoid, and a huge lead from Inspired to Elyoya. We have the third dragon of the game happening. Trimby using all of his personal presence to zone Kaiser off, and Kaiser is alone here. So now Oduamne and Trimby on the hunt just to force Kaiser away. Ultimate is used. Third dragon of the game towards Rogue. Excellent performance. Using all their real estate that they have and vision establishment to get the dragon challenged. Mad Lions can't do anything about it anyway. Whereas this guy with the teeth and a couple of heads is still alive and kicking. Well, not kicking, he has no legs. But Baron, obviously a very interesting point on the map. Of huge interest, so if you ever travel to the Summoner's Rift, go ahead and check out this big purple worm. Elyoya is just on it. Okay. Now he runs away, and here's the bait onto Humanoid. Humanoid backs off, so they know that there's vision, or at least info. Then they back off, play it safe. No Humanoid. Larson will pick up this wave as Mad Lions try to shove this wave on the tower. And Ahmed and Oduamne most likely going to continue the skirmish of pushing minions back and forth to each other in the bot lane. So for about 3 minutes, nothing will happen, I guess, because they want to play for soul, probably. Or they want to dive Oduamne, which is also an opportunity. And Oduamne with the ultimate and the Galio ult coming in hot, and Ahmed is just dead again. He'll hand it over to Larson. Rogue is just playing with Mad Lions at the moment. They're really showing what they can do and use their all their abilities together quite well. Whereas Mad can't do anything about it. They just have this hard engage, and once they're in, they're just in there and can't do anything against it. We'll see how it turns out in an all-out brawl, though, if this ever happens, if Rogue ever wants to fight in an all-out brawl, which I don't really believe. They have this kind of pick-off comp where they really try to counter Mad Lions' aggressive and pushy playstyle and try to just catch them off guard and take their toll, as we've seen just as of now, where they picked off Amit and crisis averted. The dive didn't happen. So, control over mid lane, obviously pretty important once Baron is on the table or on the rift. From Baron, you obviously can create pushes, create even more gold leads, which Rogue has about 2k off. Humanoid pushing the side lane, no Larsen's gonna go up and catch it. Top 2 tier 2 towers have been raised in the top lane. So, Humanoid, if he really wants to, Humanoid, I'm saying, Larsen, if he really wants to, can just stand here and just freeze. Legit. And there's nothing that Mad can do about it, because they have to take topside control, and the mid tier 3 is still, or mid tier 1 is still up and alive. So Mad Lions have to either commit a ton of resources into Larsen, or they just have to like raise every mid tower that is available. So if Larsen ever wanted to, he can just like stand there and just farm and farm and farm and farm and farm and get fed and fed and fed until he's absolutely obese. But the dragon is up in about 1 minute 30, so the vision war will most likely happen at this point in the game. Well, most likely it is happening. And Mad want to have a say about it because, well, the soul point is on the side of Rogue. Mad have not taken one single dragon, or Mad have not taken one single dragon entire game so far. Now Humanoid onto Odo Omni. Ooh, dodges ult with the counter ult. Jumps out to safety to not die. Amit with the push on the side lane, obviously. Trying to get as much pressure generated as possible. And Humanoid trying to set up for a dive here, also with Kaiser maybe. They see Odo Omni here. They see him here, so they really want to go for this poor Nocturne. But he tries to go in, but the E of Humanoid, the Shuriken goes wide, does not connect, so no dive for Mad Lions. And Rogue just being Rogue, you know? They're just playing their safe game, they're just farming up, they're just trying to establish every possible lead that they can find. And now they're moving in on the dragon. And most of Mad Lions has recalled to get their items and a little bit stronger. And we see 2 times Anathema's chains already on the Galio, on the Kaiser, on the Alistair, which are most likely on the AD carries or on the AP carries, as we see on the little icon on Akali. So Galio doesn't want to take damage from Akali, which is fine by me. And most likely going to be onto Larsen or Hans Sama for the side of Mad Lions as Anathemas. And now the fight for the soul point is on. This will be one big funny fight. Well, funny, it depends on whoever you are. And here comes the engage onto, I can't even tell who that is. And now Akali right in the thick of it. Kaiser going in way too deep. Now Humanoid tries to kill someone. Humanoid dies. Here comes the Volibear ultimate, and now everything is falling apart for the side of Mad Lions. Rogue just coming in and stomping them into the ground with their comp. And just establish the lead and will take this Dragon Soul. And they even have time for Baron. So if they just run back and run up to Baron, they can take it as well, because Callista, don't forget, Callista has her E with the Rend. And this will just spell disaster for the Mad Lions. It will equate to even more map pressure. Or, well, it may be a close call though, because Amit is arriving in 5 seconds. And, well, I think they have enough damage here, right? Yeah, she has the shield bow, she has the Phantom Dancer and attack speed boots. I think this is, yeah, this is definitely Baron for Rogue. I'm sorry. Trimby on the zone. I think we'll see a quick little recap of the fight that was happening around the dragon as well. In just a couple of seconds. 5k gold lead overall for Rogue so far. And here we see the match of the week highlight again. So we see Humanoid and Amit in the middle of this bush here. Yoya already taking away the dragon. Here comes the Nocturne ultimate with a Galio flash taunt onto Amit. Amit just gets killed. Humanoid has to go golden. Orianna ult goes white because Humanoid is in the Zonias. Kaiser is in the front line, trying to tank as much as possible. Trimby just going in, knocking up everyone, and Yoya just gets away with his life, but Kaiser has to pay the price. His life, valuable, still inevitable death awaits. Rogue, stellar performance so far. Really showing how cool, calm, and connected they can play. Playing right, not right into Mad's composition, but I think this is all down to not allowing this Yoya Lee Sin to snowball out of hand, and Ahmed as well. So I think that's a huge takeaway from this. Their early game skirmishes really translated into their mid game, and now they just have this insane power spike, obviously with Baron, which will be even more goldly. Humanoid trying to push out as many lanes as possible, whereas Rogue are grouping up. Now the top lane is pushed in, now the mid lane is pushed in, so value is only on the bot side, and this is where Rogue might overstay their welcome. Inspired getting knocked up, but still safe. Orianna still has a shield, and Rogue or Mad are trying their hardest to keep those waves pushed out. Humanoid still pushing, still trying to take towers, but this bot tower will fall inevitably. If Humanoid doesn't recall sooner or later, this will be even more damage towards the inner structures of Rogue's Nexus Place. I don't know what this circle is called. No, here comes the ultimate of Nocturne onto Armad. Armad jumps away, is able to stay safe. Trimby didn't connect his knockback, so Armad is fine and dandy. And Humanoid is just pushing like a madman. Humanoid is just permanently in mid lane, pushing, trying to get as many advantages as possible. And all of this will crash under the mid tower, taking the top side jungle as well. Rogue has to recall now. With the empowered recall though, no problem. Baron recall is super nice if you want to do that. And this is even a question mark ping. Where is anyone? I don't know if this. I don't know. I don't know if this was really worth it to stay in bot lane or just recall and just counter push everything. Obviously, your Baron will lose value. Now you have 10 seconds left anyway. And yeah, that's pretty much all there's to it. This Baron is going to expire soon. So the next most valuable thing on the map for MADvsRGE to come back into this game will be this this Elder Dragon. And as we've seen before, Misfits versus G2, the Elder Dragon can do wonders if you are behind and find one good engagement. In the interview, just a quick recap of the G2 versus Misfits game. Vitheo not really too happy with the win against G2, so he was complaining about a sloppy performance from the side of Misfits. It was actually kind of like this lucky engagement that they found. He was not really too happy with the result that they had. Nonetheless, they take the victory, and this will be most likely the same thing here in this game, where the Elder Dragon will decide the game, I feel like, because we are way past the mid game. We are approaching end game scenarios here, if we're not already in it. And Rogue is setting up to establish more vision towards this top side, so they know when Mad Lions try to go for a flank play from either a Humanoid or a Yoya, or if they want to go for some Baron angles, by the looks of it. So yeah, nothing too much going on, just this overall casual control-y game set up for vision and stuff. There's one ward in the top side of Rogue. So Mad Lions have only there. And here comes the engagement by Humanoid, and Larsen gets executed. Humanoid jumps into the backline. Now Trimby jumps away to safety with the Hero's Entrance, and the Blast Cone saves him, and the Callista ult as well used. But this might be one dead inspired, and here comes Humanoid again. Akali deals a ton of damage. Here comes the unstoppable charge, and he hops out, and here comes a team fight, but this Ahmed has locked everyone in place, but now the damage is here, and Hans Sama dealing a bunch of damage. Trimbius here is golden, but he will die inevitably as well, and Odo Amne has to run for the hills, might die as well, and this is what Mad Lions composition shines on, right? This permanent engage, this I want to jump into your face, as we've seen from Fnatic as well, and in this game. And a ton of damage applied. but Kazi not in danger at the moment, but Hans on chase. Hans on chase, really greedy to get this kill here. Might get Ahmed with the Rend. The Rend is out of range, I believe. But just trying to get even more poke in, try to kill Ahmed there. And this will be the Elder Dragon for Mad Lions. But here comes a flank from Larsen. Larsen and Hansama pushing in. But here's one Akali that still has TP. And even if she recalls, but they see it. They see it. So they know that Akali will most likely teleport. And they will set up for this flank. Larsen is at the ready. Will he... Okay, the ultimate connects and Humanoid just gets CC'd. And now Humanoid is one dead boy, even though the Elder Dragon goes towards the side of Mad Lions. Rogue perfectly using their own knowledge, realizing, hey, we got killed from this war before. This will most likely be the same play as before. And they will look for the Baron here. And don't forget, Kalista, very high DPS. And the Rend with the execute damage onto Baron. Mad obviously know this coming from a mile away. So this will be quite fun to watch how this envelops. If we see, or unfolds, I should say rather, how the Baron will turn against, or how the Baron will match against the Elder Dragon. Here we see this little recap. Humanoid is just lying in wait here. Humanoid is just waiting, right? This is Akali doing Akali things. And now he jumps in. Ulti, E, jumps in. Ezreal ults there. Here comes another E. Here comes the Q followed up. And then the ultimate for the perfect execution, I believe. No, it is the auto attack. Now here comes the second ultimate charge. Trimby just jumping away. This is kind of choppy right now. I am sorry. But it's fine now. Ahmed is running away, running for the hills, getting feared. Ahmed barely lives, but now Odoamne jumps in after him. Odoamne is still alive. Okay. Ooh, that was a close call there. Odoamne has the Guardian Angel now ready, so does Hansama. So, yeah, this is still a nail biter, guys. This is still very thrilling. As told before, as said before in the previous video, this will be a barn burner. We have 5 turrets taken for each team. The gold lead doesn't matter at this point in the game, actually, because most of the items that are very strong have been completed. Trimby on the zoning angle, and Mad trying to raise tower after tower, because Rogue cannot just jump into them, because Elder Soul is still alive, only for 30 seconds though. The tower has been raised. So Mad Lions are probably gonna back off of this, go back, take their money that is still inside the jungle, because Rogue has nothing left in the bot side of it. Rogue is taking their top side camps as well as they can. Most likely gonna be fed into Hansama. Yes, perfect. Hansama taking a huge amount of money. He only has like 1 Doran's Blade left. So if he sells the Doran's Blade, then there will be a huge relief for more items, like item space, like a huge relief. What am I talking about? He just sells Doran's Blade and just gets another item. It's just perfectly fine. But yeah, we also see Anathema's chains on Galio, as mentioned before. No Anathema's chains on anyone else. Here we see the gold graph throughout the entirety of the game. Rogue with a dominant performance so far, consistently in the lead, showing what their knowledge of the game is all about. They are still on Soul Point. The Ocean Soul doesn't really matter at this point when you get like one shot by Akali and Ezreal anyway. So yeah, it's still, well, Ocean Soul is Ocean Soul. So if you back off, just take the time, just regen the damage. It's all nice and dandy. And now the Baron is also about to expire in about 20 seconds time. So the next thing that will respawn is the next Elder Dragon at 2 minutes 35 time. I think this is one of the longest games of the series so far, at least it feels like it. I'm very controlled, very calm, very collected. All resources are funneled towards the people that really need the resources. And, by the way, look at the vision score of Kazi, of Hansama. He's like 101 vision score, and Trimby has 101 also, whereas Kaiser is at 98. This is insanity. They have vision everywhere. This is mad. But the top side turret is now destroyed. Humanoid still on the flank, pushing. His teleport is up and ready. So yeah. I don't really know what else to talk about, because we are way past the mid-game point, and most of the strong items have been completed. Larsen is still sitting on a Dark Seal that is not Magi's yet, but he has Rabadon's completed. And I will go on my rant and say that Ludens might not be the best choice for this Orianna, or maybe an Everfrost would have been better, just to keep the Kali frozen in space. or any other character like, or champion like Camille, or okay, Odo, you are onto this Akali. The fear doesn't go through though. Here comes the ultimate, and Akali is just dead. Humanoid is out of the picture. And with 1 minute left until this Elder Dragon, this is not good for Rogue, for Mad Lions. I'm getting confused now. Rogue with 1-man advantage can take this Elder no problemo. And after that, they even can rotate into the Baron and just fight that as well with the Elder buff. And if they have that, then it pretty much lights out for Mad here. Another tower taken. Even more gold into Karzi. Karzi is looking for a... What item will this be? I wonder. Will it be like a Wit's End? I don't think this will be Wit's End for Hans. What will the Hansi do? We'll see. We just keep on with a casual pressuring mid ping pong. Already looking for a play. Obviously, Humanoid is now on the map. He has teleport available, so it won't be that big of a disaster as I thought in the first place. Inspired with the Elixir of Iron, or Iron Elixir. And there will be a flank attempt from Humanoid. He's just sitting in base and waiting for the teleport, as you can see on the minimap. It's Rogue is trying to start this dragon here, whereas Zoya is stealing their blue buff in the meantime. This is just this kind of a standing off stuff. And in the backline comes Akali, right from the side of the Gromp. And here's the fight, and Ezreal is already dead. Karsi has been blown up to pieces. Kai'Sa in the middle of it, Amit with the ultimate also. Humanoid trying to come in from the side of the flank. Will he find any kill whatsoever? Everyone is still alive. Kai'Sa is now dead, and Humanoid is in the thick of it. Everybody commits onto this poor Akali, and everyone dies. It is just death for everyone. Larson burns his TP to save the mid wave, to push out the mid wave. Obviously, Baron is still available, or is available right now. They will take the soul point. Ayoya looking for the steal here, but he most likely won't be able to do anything, and the render of Kalista is just too much. By the look, what you saw right here. Oduamne on the prowl, in the middle of everything. 25 seconds until Humanoid, 10 seconds until Kazi and or Kai'Sa. I think they will just push for the win here. They will try and push for the win. Since they have the Elder, they will just go ahead and just try to finish business here and knock Mad Lions' socks off. And by the looks of it, the spring finalists in one final stand on the Nexus turret. Humanoid is not alive, and here they commit onto Amit happens, and Amit will get blown up. Amit is dead, is resurrected by the Guardian Angel. Kai'Sa is still in the thick of it. Ayoya is still alive. Amit is also still alive. This is no Rogue. Oh my god. Rogue has Guardian Angels though. Humanoid is almost getting popped, and here comes this is an absolute chaos. Rogue has to back off. This is insane. This is not what's supposed to happen here. Guys, this should be GG. We still have 2 next turrets alive. And I think this is where Rogue should have just taken the Baron. And as I mentioned before, Baron is on the map. But by thinking that they can finish the game right then and there, it's just not how it works. But this is a plain out 3v3. So this 3v3 with Inspired still alive could turn into a plain out smite fight. But Kai'Sa is on the side flank with a nice Hex Flash angle. But Kai'Sa gets blown up, gets executed by the Elder Dragon. And now Mad Lions is in all sorts of trouble. Here comes the damage. Karsi on the side flank. The Baron gets stolen by Larson. And now this is GG for Rogue. They have the Baron buff. They still have Elder Dragon for about 40 seconds time. Kazi can't do anything about it, and Humanoid can't do anything about it. And this is the TP from Oduamne, who has no Baron buff, but still it's 5v2. Now Kazi trying his best to just zone him off. Oduamne throwing himself into this Ezreal, just trying to zone him off so he can recall. Now the turrets have been raised, and the Spring Split finalists have shown that Rogue has the potential to take down the Lions and to pour more salt in the wound, try to take out Humanoid just for the sake of it, while Kazi is also being executed. And this is GG for Rogue. They win, and they stomp the Mad Lions into the ground. Their revenge of the Spring Finals is done. And this concludes Game 5. I hope you had a blast watching this one. I know I did. and I'll see you guys in the next one.